my destiny. That's so when I go home, me dey me watch you with your mingo. Me nyam kwa, hey. Friends are clapping for me to fail in life. My family are rejoicing for me to enter the grave with my destiny. That's so when I go home, me dey me watch you with your
mingo. Ubenyankwa, Inyankwa. Yes, and quite the Ubenyapa. Uba share video no mavena yanko. Domnenti miu Nyankwa. I shall live and declare the goodness. Share the video for me now, yanko. Share the video for me. Share the video for me now, yanko. Oba share video no Emma intente with that. Eka die ebi abefie. Yeah, eka abefie pa bochu chenchirenchi. Say tieni esin kuro yi. But Oba share the video. Thank you, Adriana. Black Media GH. Black Media GH. Ituba share video no mami. Now so the breaking news in the edika. Why am I saying this? Who been here? Okay. Ubenyankwa. Yebe chuchi nkomo few minutes mina mahese menya adofoni bia share video no mami pa share the video na yanko. Okay, Oba share video no mami na yanko. Oba share video no mami na yanko. Honorable Ken versus Anas Anas. Na enkomo chichi no simple. Simple as A B C D. But Oba share video no mami TikTok share one share pe na mu ha. Onso betimi di odi aka ho. Na yakọ yanim ewo hanum kama pa tinie. Onso obetimi di odi aka ho na yayeden yakọ yanim ewo ahanum. Enye se obi ena empe mechia obi bia Facebook for mechia chabo, YouTube for mechia chabo ba at follows Benis bote umpom eti woden oba na wa share video ni bi edi amame oba share video no quickly na yenko yanim me say ehu be hia pa this time around ebibi man eno bebre na akoso right. As we move forward, also bit my request na medwa baso na ensem ye twegui also hunu ni sing. Yes, found say we no ye politician versus a journalist, but you better to come one or two be near the as a normal say the normal call between Honorable Ken and Anas Anas. You better okay. And you win. Yebeshe said the enoma echo between both of them na yetimi atwetwe nkomo ye nyina wo hanum barely be a month and a half say if my mind serves me right ena yehu say enoma bi ekoso ewo eye Facebook USA and yehu say eye defamation suit no honestly na asase be 2 or 3 years 10 years. And some egusu a ekoswa ewa America abrochimem. Na Honorable Ken initially no one take it a normal no serious tinipa. in the time I decide is any omra na also embe file like ombe file for the defense na em say no more konenim because Anas arime ya yenya nitie I stand to be corrected. Don't get me wrong, because may build the case be and I may build it ade bi abesi ade so. Don't get me wrong, because enam Anas in some way from day one may lose a lot of friends and followers via na omono they used to follow me during political days and at time na radio days na politics na bebre na den follow me, but Anas in some way it was like divided opinion and the nippon bebre adwenkyerɛ it was divided. Maybe I told them make out say adwenkyerɛ no be divided and na emma nipa ni bi wo ha ebi mu san free machi all because I spoke my mind and then I said when it comes to Anas arimiya Anas ne methodology no ti ni pa I disagree with Anas ne methodology, meaning kwanya ofaso di ni juma e wo Ghana no eyi kakra aso. Some people did not agree. Based on that, almost say as a radio presenter, I should have sided Theo. Genuine movie how they reason, it will amaze you. Now we krana aban. Okay, we krana aban. A divided opinion. Obia beti match say na adwene because obia won it for. Na edenti na ma ase. Nkofo bebre ebo se wo ade we ho. If you are the phone be 1 or 2 beba ahwe na mo atwetwe nkomo afa ensem a making na yeti almost side of the story na yahwe the ABC ewo nkomo twetwe no. If you are for Anasa, don't don't get it twisted. Them out boom fu and can say hey, okay, right, you bet me afraid. So idea when initially make kind say into your book because on the US for no more system be bring jury side the enyan in case in course for bare 2 years and now 3 years honorable can send them got one filing defense in term tinipa one filing in term and the time we buy Anas Ako court for all these months when okay my friend yeah DJ Marcus na ene atwetwe enkomo isi ade agrada ne sami jamfi obi omunya rest kakra ken ene Anasa bebeli ken ni Anasa bebeli omo nti omunya ahome kakra metie obi bia waba odofo bia wabebia mpacho obetimi awo so ede amame na yeko ene mama santo bas metie obi bia Tory Bet metie and afi Benis Botemacho Hadia me chacha anti ya ma kwa me chamu na TikTok so modoso and I'm more on TikTok me down say now Anas Anas etimi building the case any ma jury no tini pa or building the case ma jury no appeal to one conscience like emotionally otimi ejuma because sometimes you can ni ho nti all this one na ye ko omukọ court no na can on appear court ho enti you can imagine it gave Anas also more time to appeal no be can asem onye ejuma efisa time no he was able to prove say in some na honorable can kind indeed affect him eduma sem ni de kika and ampa utie ana we obi a follow a number 1 or 2 a odi waso ani wani etu from abun say a free sa time no ebe pem nam no kase honorable Ken in some more kan ye expose Anas wo no ma bi mu no because come on you cannot say bibia 100% or for team and son of bubefu say hey na bia me ye bias no me pa cho TikTok a follow black media na share video no bi mami because no ma pankwa na de ba ha time anajo who US there what wedi obetimi ahwe ya anadwo bia Kankan nation enso ewa ha. Now the tie and some the course ye no. And as I say, it is not about the money na issue no. How? So already no, and as making in normal be very difficult. Second for betimi mpo asaje na tum no. Because in somebody by 80 million about first no, including even big media houses. A journey without telling the public, say, oh, I didn't know my ayena jury di or more ye ababeto abonting. I did not in some natum. A fee and so messa cumbium can lawyers no besa make your attempt. Yan churches are no money be breed. At least education and uncle be breed. And you know, Emma be breed a be topic for discussion. Hey, Charlie, are you serious? The way you're running your mind. Pa. As I see a share Sadia Ninso. As I see a Sadia Ninso. Now, Anas, 80 me bo modia that very day, no, 80 million a unibuy, no. Oh, Aqua Benzuna de Biana. 80 million defamation suit nibuy, no, Anas nemu. Hey, if you been one say trailer, say deal Danny Page so. But I say video no have na me ba be yachiro. Ebia ye TikTok for no. Later on you be kwan a mo sabeka sa video. Father see amechia, father see amechia. Obey video. I say trailer. And ubu say of full staircase. Hey. If you have pokuya vim lady mu omunya de egu, I was so shocked. Like I said, you know, final verdict na abeto. It you share ya honorable Ken wa make extra comment bia mfasa de no. Honorable Ken am make your friend is a comment bebre bia mfa sa and some defamation is than $80 million to anana say a piece on one kasa bebre. You who answer or Ghana back. Yeah, what was the political a year in the political career you are such a CBU because near two abanobia echo resetting the button. A year make up political parties. I'm going to share Anna's website. If I can bring you the video and then play it so you can understand properly in somewhat or can ye a year defamation suit in the chest and not be a beer. Not be a beer. Ewo Anasa catch it. I feel the young Nasa. I'm also issue letter. Me, I just say there was some kind of game be no more play with her. Net 2. Eddie by and I don't know if they went to court today or when. And I asked the I think they've rectified. Okay, 11th May, maybe by Enra, you knew dear, but and then you only say net 2 dear. Net 2 dear. I was so say Enra sorry, and I sound some by but Abiana Enra and I on the 2 hodia intimi enche. But young quite okay. And unye muntie
Today I stand before you, not just as a journalist, but as a witness to history, a child of Ghana's turbulent past, and a soldier in the fight for truth. Yesterday, in the Essex County Superior Court of New Jersey, an 8-member jury
in the Superior Court of New Jersey, United States of America, 10 years, animu pe and Anas Aremia, akojina all year video, 10 years, video na esin. Movie bia the trailer ever bunting well edited because I said it has to look good. The most of the time in painful be a play on the conscience of yen before Ghana for binum no yen painful no be empire serious no and he say omo da na yen timi hold omo responsible for and some no mo ka kire yen no na ya consuming this ya consuming this and now the act of that justice, a triumph for truth and accountability, and only video only caption 4 minutes. And now no kasi getting to 530,000 views at the same video. So. But Anas knew say the case was not over or a lawyer. Me but now also do gift but to gift ni be TikTok for na yen koyenim. Tieniye Anas Aremia also knew and he already knew say case no na ensie. Na ken betimi asa akobiem. Na why dey so ye. But why then did he rush? Nank one to nebo because Oshe the undersider. Thank you. Candice Umpum to say thank you so much. But also bet me ato the so to give to be now the my nyamin show na on count TikTok for no Facebook for society the mass YouTube for the mina mass. Me ba cho tie. The tie ne say Anas Aremi Anas. E pray no ho. Tio me see a movie bi trailer. A movie bi trailer na tie nsam no brofo kesi ewomu the art of justice, a triumph for truth and accountability #IamMan. Hey and some no heavy wom YouTube for mumpom to say me chata mama yakọ for me chamu nyina e ka be fie e ka kese pa be fie muntie Anas said the oye ni video no jury no ensem o de tu dwa no muntie Ojina court n'anim no ahye ne mask. We are making some 1 or 2.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Today I stand before you not just as a journalist.
Share video, mama. TikTok, share Facebook, share.
A child of Ghana's turbulent past and a soldier in the fight for truth.
A soldier in the fight for truth.
Yesterday in the Essex County Superior Court of New Jersey, an 8-member jury delivered a unanimous verdict holding Kennedy Ejapong, former Ghanaian MP, liable for defamation and awarding damages of $18 million. The ruling is more than a legal victory. It is a profound affirmation that truth matters, that justice is not a privilege of the powerful, and that the arc of history does indeed bend towards righteousness. My story begins long before this moment.
Hey!
I was born at the 37 where power belonged to those
Ebuzafo asem efa I watch my country transition from military rule to democratic rule to democracy. When you if I home bay, court to back and not any honorable Kenny Jina. Now ya awarding $18 million. No nim say the case is not over yet. Now Adana news ni breaking just straight up what my editing. It was for I didn't know you. Why you editing? It just said brofo. Go enye brofo kitwa. Me myself cry a shock. Brofo go no enye brofo kitwa. Why? Anas adenti ena wo yesa yenkoi. Oh, there be. Untie.
Witnessing firsthand the struggle of ordinary Ghanaians yearning for justice, transparency, and accountability. When Ghana finally embraced democracy, I knew that safeguarding it required more than just laws. It needed the unyielding courage of those willing to hold power accountable. That's why I chose journalism, not as a career, but as a calling. Over the years, my team and I have exposed corruption at the highest levels, from the corridors of politics to the halls of justice. But in fighting the corrupt, one becomes a target. Mr. Japon, in a desperate bid to silence me, labeled me.
Mr. Kennedy Japon in your friend in his bid to silence him. Desperate bid. Tie brofuno, me I'm a come the no be not just over Kennedy or complicate Japan person or silencing at all cost. But at the form mutimi, monhadie. At the form mutimi, mummy honest to ourselves. A juma as a journalist. On say Ghana ya to bibia JJ tinye pa. Yemfa bibia serious sa. No more bebree. Krom ha yeti UK hanum. Oh, me free US, Germany, Italy, France, other European countries. Journalists be in what who say, Sebi, I am yet to find out. Maybe there are other people, multi-millionaires, or owning mansions. Oko you krum Ghana, baby a bimutie. Me patcho me nkase, and as me nkase, juma na oswet no enyisu bro. But as a journalist, said and I say or survey, the society, Obama Ghana niba. No doubt about it. But at the end of the day, you be who say if you are mutim sikatwitwi dia a guma count mu no. Not just say sa calling na work a deviate. Sana politicians no be so and yet here. Team ye pa. Now, okay about justice, seeking justice for the ordinary Ghanaian and for Mother Ghana. Said me Ghana bit me tumpon na akonenim. Is it fair? Sir, obi beye expose, obi be kokoye be akotena baby. Now obeka semye undercover journalist. For example, judges die e bayi. Later yet say judges ni bi sebi omu eda omu bine ho sebi mano koko twa udidi afachem. Asem no ha ebinum they never got the chance bebre no ye suspendi wo mo. Ti asem ni yo. Yenka say journalism na investigative enye ansa no abeka say na me corrupt because you be scam koye hwe. But no kran so ha mo me yenka. Anas ni methodology na enye. Kwan yo faso di ni djuma e wo Ghana no enye. Me hu bi da wo wiase. Say journalist e be ko undercover. Na we undercover no ye say that ye ticket awodo say ye ton say ye di cho e hopo de wo de mfa ntonchen. Ni ye say that bodwa adenya ya che kromfo e wo abamu ye be showcase all over Ghana. People will be purchasing tickets to go and watch. And Anas, Abo, hey, Anas, you see, and Anas, you were born. No, people will just be rushing to go and view and now watch. Sa expose ya Anas. I'm going to organic. Me bacho Kroben a course, sir. I want you to educate me. Kroben and a journalist on Woho. Emma Timamufu me pacho enti US yeni your friend is undercover journalist for me pacho say undercover journalist for US me pacho omutimi koya undercover esada premier enam places to places ana yembusa ho yen degrade ana but I think say enuma bi na say o change e won journalism because since the time one, Honorable Ken demystified Anas the methodology ni normal di ni Juma or Ghana or my Ghana across Africa and across the world. No. Once they were exposed, Anas or ye weak or be very weak. Now after people started questioning, asking Anas Arimi Yao, the method na or di ye Juma no. We all sat down and began to, and we started, basically, thinking about all these things. Yeah, Jine hum, Tinye pa, yeah, Jine hum Anas, hey Anas, Obi, why na Sabi, and then 21st century 2025, or semi journalism, me journalism na me the kaka motobi, me the toma, asemenim. Say video no mami to gift no to be good mami what ni enko why mon kan kire me Debbie me say mon kan kire me why na ene 25th yes your friend say 2025 or sakaka motobi etimi di toma egu nanim ekata nanim no catch us say ono no here investigative journalism and trust or no me pacho wa utimia ebia obuafu me say no ya ken fan for ne die omo ye ken chitafo peken asɛmti or degrade obi me degrade obi a. I am making a critical analysis of how you try see a better reason. Yeah, try see a better reason. Now, let me ask you. Would you would tell me would you trust somebody behind a mask? What would tell me? Would you trust such a person? Say ubit me jawba and ubia what's a kaka motubi edia senanim edi toma akuru nanim. Would you leave your child with such a person? Nibusa, would you trust a person who that but or a journalist or common society but obesori bian or the kaka motubi senanim say oh no ye identify no? What kind of journalism is that? Me pacho mi busawo wa wo ye oba tan obetimi di oba kojo obi a unim unhu nanim da, but yet he was a hero. You celebrity Anas across Africa, across other places. Now maybe swing na ye be call World Cup. Anas Aremia Anas koyi and investigations bibiri. And or targeting African referees. For Gini actually as bibini. Sometimes we need to make that critical analysis. Do feel to say ogodi mi chow. Nana irema me mi chacha mu nyina. Me pa cho gina so kolend to say. Asema make me boa. O se me boa tina me miki sa na ye be ko ni video no so ye nche bibiri me pa cho me se eye hwan ena obetimi aye sa de ya nas no oyi me hu bi da nye hu bi da ye be ko World Cup no and obe release sa number 12 or whatever ena a tanishi African referees na nka ya mo kwan Tio say omon konko ye referee e matches na e course World Cup no mubi no. Me pa cho nti abrofo no omo de omo ye kronkron ma awrade saa ho. Odofo team to gift ni bi ne enko. Okay, adofo na mo de roses ni ban so nyame sham. Pa cho team ye pa. Odofo YouTube or Facebook or TikTok o team. Ask sa questions here me busawi ayet said ye o mi dwa wasum we win defamation no nya no emotions na dey aka ho o the emotions and aka ho anything na dey make no onya den o mpese obetie no na ye twen the referees bebre sanye e wa bibrem. You see free. So ampa say ball and a football no. Air coso, maybe air coso no. Do you think say you need kofo wo mo a? Omuche kululu no ma. Betting I would do a coso. Do you think say friend him sir? There are big guys behind the scene. There are big guys behind the scene. Omo manipulate ekuro bi ebi woso. United Kingdom ha ye bought Premier League no. Oka say ni na trust akeke. Ne nka say krono sem nkoso. But Anas ebi before referees and come rise no ye go mu na anu ase ye pamo mo sa akoko. Some people heli no say wa ya de. Meanwhile abrofo ni de no mo protect wo mo de. Hwe. There was a time when FIFA, Joseph Blatter, okay, those remember for here. Joseph Blatter, I know your FIFA president before Infantino ebeba with the mama call radio days power me fili keke. And so na Gianni Infantino, I think it's Infantino, Italian, or you say your FIFA president. You know what? America for that time no more pay FIFA tournament like World Cup I host to couple of years ago. Ah, no. I think it's around a year number 12 now. That's the by that time no. Now America 4 World Cup now who stood that time. And I'm say call Russia. Russia for na banta kakra. 2018. Russia no hosted World Cup. And no na America 4 10 year pa. And almost say Sepp Blatter no Swiss Nino wono corrupt. America for the way need to nyanti no onko fa no ma chinchirinchi. And the best was Sepp Blatter. So ono and football basadi and FBI. They wanted to go into Switzerland. You see, you go investigate Sepp Blatter because why then Switzerland Emma omo middle finger. Omo yachiro omo. Min pese me no hanom. Na bia na TikTok for no the omo nche ni akate off. You can middle finger so tiase. Omo ma omo the F. So omo fan free omo so. Omo here FBI investigation. They were protecting Sepp Blatter. Omo pese baby anu wadu no obi aba begu na enu aso de o corrupt car enche nimre beso obefi ho. They never allowed it. Anas di eja ye heliye ko sa sa eto santin kwesi 930 do on the floors wo tie because ono aso emse no odua bu kakra. But enke baby anu rise wo calf mu ke obeba Switzerland pe abenya position bi enke tem bia ye bo footballer ye nim say ye wo one figure bia ye kwesi 930 no pacho menim say ebi mu wo reservations bebre fa no ho wo de metiase menim wo agi wo ho. But kanyi bia o resi banner no ama Africa ebian ko kire bi ko obetuma ko stand for FIFA president na kenya ganke ye de be hwa ho se de ko Kofi Annan ko ye press UN secretary na ye de hwa ho enke ebi nso betimi akọ the same thing nanka akọ eye kwesi nyantetio now yenko na minfa dozi embro hene dozi betwichi nkomo kakra na when waso ye wi ebesa akọ US ye ni Marcus Subeko yenko me eye dozi eba when waso ye pa common be de yo dozi umpom ti say
Buti boko na we
nyame adom me ho ye pa adofo gusu say chenchirenche nene
na o ka o fra bi ase buta me ho ya ase we ni aje
oh in fact anije de mani aje e o kwan bi so but e kwan bi so no sad kakra e ma bibrim enjina mato me nsa fra wo say aja ebitafo dozi meni na wa how but those who were Chelsea they be am catchable Black Media One Extra Black Media YouTube TikTok those in minini mienu ni around about one day or we because en sambia twagu a enye enwumre ye pese ye gi wadwen kire mesew now Anas aremi ya Anas any honorable Ken ansa na obebe mu no na me kire tiefo no ma bia happen in the past how journalism no the type of journalism investigative journalism Anas here no one of the Tomani kaka moto bi na ekru na nim like you know I was trying to open yet no maybe so akire etiefo meaning say bi mu ntiase assistance but ye twin komo na ko enima ebi betiase now dozy in some na abeto dwa say afei $80 million ababe drew $500 ama asi akrade enkofo bi kwa say honorable kenhwe onhwe emane mmonu muso ko so de sika betua ebi mkwa senka on sanko bionian famra $1 and ebi mso no 500 no de omo anka be kase beto mbotom no matua mo no en samna e bubrija oti ye no say na ye wo tie votie
oh which way dey me tie tie fo nyina
omo je oso
asem we dey say e ba Ghana no Anas video no ye anytime and viral video ni viral ti na so bia di chire was the beginning that by na microphone tia de na say say we try no ne we no what say on tia see here why sha the ensem kan ye bebre it's the beginning that by no na Ghana media, name bloggers, BO, and Anas winning $80 million. You don't be a cassette, during the verdict. And $80 million dollars. But almost enters a verdict. There's no judgment. So what you say?
Yeah.
Because don't forget to say, Akunya so Homa Ken. Ken meet him no. So most of them file other motions. They need some more file other motions.
Yeah.
So there's some moody. You can't say a verdict no near the other. In the end, Yanko sorry, I say ya test you Nankasaba, judgment Nankasaba 500.
Charlie.
But and also no $500 ye crown in Crawford sign I mistake reportage in a banning. And you must say defamation no ya test from $18 million to 500. So in the first place there was no $80 million. Therefore there is no reduction. People should get it straight. Say $80 million be what, and now you can say about 500. But there was no $80 million. $80 million need fee jury no buy no. Yes, and no fee jury no buy.
Yeah.
As a verdict, but they did not enter it into any judgment. There was no $80 million for any honorable Ken to pay.
To pay in the first place.
It's 500 we are ban, and they had the actual judgment. People should get that straight.
Na me ba cho Dozy ansa na obeko anim tie wa hanom anasa na num to trailer na ode bae no movie ni de no me ba tie ade wa ha.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Today I stand before you not just as a journalist but as a witness to history, a child of Ghana's turbulent past and a soldier in the fight for truth. Yesterday, in the Essex County Superior Court of New Jersey, an 8-member jury delivered a unanimous verdict holding Kennedy Ejapong, former Ghanaian MP, liable for defamation and awarding damages of $18 million.
Prince Dozy uche mu say answer what to aso.
Is he no the kind no? Also well, Anas is a lawyer. Into no car say a verdict no, jury verdict no. Into one of the only mistake here. I am passing jury no verdict of the buyer.
But I
$80 million. Then no damages the crowd. There was mistakes there was a point and I be more say there will be a question for mistrial near the other. Because we share a year in somewhere. A judge no catch a jury on when you're meant to be follow me. I said there were mistakes in the other. And a jury trial so say mistake baby back up. There will be a mistrial. It means you can file for a mistrial. Now you hearing say mistrial and fast forward. Jury verdict in the buying in $80 million. 500 will no a judgment. I had the abba. Now going to say and then after the abba $500. That's the question I want to go for. Let's get it straight. Also, jury trial,
yeah,
a bit technical because all filing for defamation, we have what we call the compensatory damages, the punitive damages and the actual damages. Mami breaking it down now,
okay.
You can't say be actual, which we
simple. Oh yeah.
Exactly. Just say adieni
Baking crying.
Actually, just say who bet me and the evidence abe backing. Say a car ma boninti. Funny say my code dream na me say the actual amount of money I may spend here $500.
Okay.
Make you receipt. And the actual
$500 I'm spending.
The actual amount I spend.
Yeah.
It is a jury trial. No, say you can't say actual damages. This is where bed.
I just share video. No shares no from Facebook. Mun share my and TikTok. So
this is where now bed na yet demand Anas because also ultimately proving actual damages. How do you prove it? What say can it defame you to the point that ultimately for so many years? Also, forever no. then identity with image. I want to mean now, this is where the problem is. How do you prove that? A Juma Bena, Oko Paya Wenya, and in $18 million and compensate you. On Jimmy prove it. And therefore, if you cannot prove the actual damages, then there will be no punitive damages. In the first instance, Mienu has been annulled. The actual and the punitive they came because when to me why? Because I'm breaking it down now.
Okay.
Young fellow say Makoto car £5,000. Me will be receipt and a Gucci. And then the car, me car, my pocket, the car, come and see baby. And a Gucci, then the car, the bomb, the car. Okay. So me call your quarter. Make me prove the actual damage because actual damage is a car, me turn £500. Make me the receipt taba. It's a no Gucci, be fast a car. Now after you punishing Gucci and they punishing, you punishing.
Yeah.
To serve as a deterrent. Into near punish would say next time we trick car, you're careful. Into near be 1,000 biaka on after best sister. Into in this case, the actual damage, car now was saying me turn 5,000. Into me the receipt about me to prove it's a car near 5,000. No bet you have. But young father say, me ma kokas a car near 5,000. Now for you do quarter. You just a car, we see that I have been made to papas. Guy, you cry, I'm going to few scraps. But you mean to me, prove it can.
No deal.
And you mean to me, prove it there is a damage. It went to me, prove it actually, and your court now, no amount that was KBR. This is what has happened. It's nothing to me, prove it the actual damage.
Damage is now all pay 80 million.
Then there's no punitive damage. Until punitive, 5 million. Actually, 5 million. They came. Now, you brought compensate to the US Emrano. So, Udo Obi file for defamation. Now, you're filing the panic guilty. There has to be a compensatory be and my by no court in the debate in the annual $500.
Now, enti me ba
the compensatory need a US Ramu say you to me because I know who ni panemi so prove be compensate to keke and no you don't need to prove any but actually you have to prove the damages. It defamation is
enough form, sir.
That is the why court no show mu or show mu not just say 500 naira say we have
Charlie. I know sipao.
I know say
there be from 80 million and I may share.
You are getting it wrong. There was no 80 million.
Okay. Yeah, and enter in the first place. Yeah, enter.
In the first place, there was no 80 million. No,
verdict. Jury the buy. Okay.
Jury for normal dream.
Yeah, man, 80
million. But they did not enter it. So there was no 80 million. 80 million. I don't know. There was no 80 million. What you say? And now, Oshakra instruction. Judge and the man jury no. Or can say Omunko determine the value of the compensatory and the actual damages. One for punitive crank out. After during the buy, not the punitive in then.
Okay, come.
So how can not mistake it then? Oh, Georgians, Intino, Puja for the 500 nano.
Hey, Dozy, I say we're not. No, because at the full baby, the reason why we do buy, I say, I don't feel be enti no man ase. Enti no eba foforo. Chese de no mo ka asem no. And no book na and then ya bone ka like I was like muntomobo. Na ade no wan hwe ya. Your friend say Anas $1 kra he no anya. Nkofo say oh de na mi kai. Why de na mi kai. And then da hoyi. Ejisi ano ondimi nya wo hwibie mana Anas oh say obetimi akọ insist say open $80 million akọ
Davi enye sana Etie na so no ankasa the press statement about say ono na nyi sika ne na no di echi.
It na 80 million if you na buy.
This year yet need to so bizarre. No be back of body no there was because to prove damages, the actual damages, not from sir. Because also to prove say ampa. Nipa na we defame me to the extent say ususu defamation na e ka wa bon kwa be bisa sika no. And how do you prove that? And not from so what I say. And not for me came so after Ken I say me see what's your documentary? 1 year documentary.
Yeah, documentary na making.
How can you go say unye juma what I say? How can you say if you are unye juma? It was always going to be difficult. So be prove is actual way no.
Christ.
$500 na Naija.
Oh, but not me patrol. Those court process. No, how long they take here?
Court process, media. Honestly, on say first of all, Honorable Ken,
one content,
one file for appearance. And you know, I stand to be corrected, but what I know is that Tama Anas more filing or more case, you know, almost sending letters, echo Ken residents or US or New Jersey or. I'm a court for crown, or mutimi prove say ampa obi J and no signing yes and in Saka. Na nipo J or signing say Ken ba. As to say the any code Ken one uncle do one and they mean to make it. But omutimi prove say baby I was at the any call na Ken file appearance na ekoy. But omu ignore it. In the time now, omu come during the year, BB or more coy final way na care more file appearance. Then no sano, I was so with me raising tia one bantam and Ken lawyers need
Antimacy Michelle TikTok for a cham.
Say Ken no you can't say or your MP or your busy you to me for looking like I don't know reasons of my but they were able to convince the court, you know, and on case almost be a case because the case was closed. And on some big case in the air then on the side. So that is how it happened.
Wow. Because the video no trailer net that Anas hono just say and when na me born in some ne brofo no papa no just say na me kwa me ho pussy ya me nan kukum go emu pipa yi bear almost 530,000 views and Guso.
Or say the crowd social media. Also say Oboka.
Not me bro.
Does vlogger.
Mami Musadio. Do you think say Anas Arimi Anas? Sabi you ha ye kin yes obi penny down for but the methodology na or the yet journalism. Do you agree to sign the methodology na?
Gucci, I can baby the pants and count me come 6 years ago. Eko yi me new your videos nibi.
Radio days nana. Radio days. Radio days nana.
Radio days. Yes, I know. Now me stands on Anas. Let me state it clear. Me amiti, I can never trust a person who come in front of me or say mask. And here we have been consistent and amazing some thing.
Yeah.
How can you trust Obi or share mask? So your investigation. Do you know what is behind the mask? Mema over years ago, mema analogy be mema we be example be say a person who is hiding behind the mask. Say, investigation or investigative journalist. That person is very dangerous. You know what? Let me give you an example. Or no, Babema or bribe na Obecheno no. Or Obama or bribe no, or the Baba out to say, why'd you bribe no? How would be good was me came genuinely not or the bribe neighbor and how far. My more example, young funny say, and now the people so school be.
Yeah.
School no onye mu kwai. No akọ headmaster. Na akọ headmaster with the brown envelope bi unji na on family pa no. Na headmaster no Eka say, how dare you? You want to bribe me? No offense security so mo mechina. Obeka oh sorry now we investigation. You are a good man. You know, you are a very good man. Keep it up. No, me case na ka bribe no ma. I want chine pe no hide behind the investigation. Sa no ye o fall trap no pe no record ya to ho. That will be Jimmy no their mouth. So I've never the method they have never agreed with the method because method no timi didi bone. The bone ni bi na maka no. So obema o bribe pa. O china obeka say investigation one china no afani.
And the one wo mu a esaye tag akra ne say owi a no wa ye editing. No the voice over to asem na ye nti de nipa no ebeka wo. No aka say muntie me this can man no o say busa abiem no ono a play part I be support ono narrative no chale ade we ye ntimi support see Anas good journalist obetimi aye no ma na o ye no ma bibre ebo bibre ni Ghana ye salute no but some method no and a problem wo ho.
Excuse me sir Benka say some Ghanaians are easily persuaded to believe such credulous, such you kind of saying something. How can you go to a judge? No, a command appointing a judge, not the appointed than the case. Doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make sense, yeah.
It doesn't make sense. Ushe video to be a judge in a kotna ne kam na obi the appointed be jiran no a man narratives and your can and the judge collected the goat.
Goat. You be want to go to that kam na ko. Tell how can we
by force the go.
No, but those idea about Koso. Oh, idea here can obi ntiase o me honey me pain no because when you say during radio days yes I do. And go for be me yaka say as a radio presenter say support Anas na. No say that be. And some na Koso no entwa yi. And ntina those for example Ghana court Anas ye permit Anas ma otimi kotna even Supreme Court judge and Chief Justice anima or se kai motobi tienie pa. We allowed these things to happen in the highest court of the land. Nisa or no maybe the interview be also or no yeah lawyer no. I just say Chief Justice when they called him to the bar, you know, so take oath, no, or no the names or in private. Won't you say interview know that?
No,
he was privileged. You know, because inequality he exposing him. And the judges in some by no. Does judges ye ma kwai ma ono ne nko for kwata so mo ko give it testimony to in some echo can in some see with judges in cases na omo se kaka motobi we whisper gu we asum na we di agu we asum in front of impayinfo judges sadi we happen here e Ghana but okodu USC well here me screen so in person and the glass kakrakana obra gina hui aho dia amane kwan
no, I'm man quiet. They knew no jina say you can't say from what I knew now or try but court now la say man for thousand.
USC. So you see yeah honum there he's allowed school corner na judges ni na call you imra corner no like imra na no mu nyina kusua but krobi so no you be allow Anas Ghana so on say kaka moto bi ko court room you don't know who is behind the mask na sani pone di anansi etiaw ni ebua ofo na judges ni bi ho prince those so say ebi mu kofi a yenti o musika mama ebi mu ko fast wuye ana refi that case e
yeah
chale enoma bi enye fair na me kan obi antan but chale say osesa no mem no ye na dwuma kama say the oye no da but method no asem wo ho method no asem wo ho wa cause pain so ama sa judge say asem bi fa mu wuye wa cause pain ama mo busuafo how why ye saki binum Mekai, that very first year listening people, there were about 1-2 judges being the frame woman later more correct refi Tiger PI, right? Say now you know they made some corrections. Oh, Nipa we apologize for one it didn't count. Like Charlie, a whole country like Ghana. Na normal way koso. Those obetimi kan eye ne letter na odi buy no. Ame ye hu de etuem na afi ebeja kwa na yako US so akutie.
Oh, ne letter no
Which bro so kakra ma ye na adofo me fan to screen ani na ye viewers so enhu de ekoso Anas na nanu mutom ensem a odi abeto abontene na afi yen ko but wo Facebook wo shares ni so normal way no educative pa ye evina na mpacho echia umpom ti say very educative nti aba ne say moma yenye wild na yensua bibi emfrim sabi enye de bia
ne letter ne de say press release no de aba
yeah press release yeah
ono de ne tofa nyina ne say ono what he seek you can say victory you be carrying on fita whitewash
and na 80 obi be buza na 80 million US dollar e dey wo case nim
oh when they say no file defamation na e was say udisika kakra bi ka you say idea how
na prek 80 million Charlie
say me see 80 million or the 30 million e coin on the buy 80 yes
Anas they have credit
the way the spokesperson no so lawyer be all US citizens am 80 million on in the radio so na vim no customers
na fia poku away vim lady or ever
how many million na you can on see 18 ni kra no man yo mo de ni ade zero na bi je di na bi tie no eji neta ni nyina ne tofa bo nyina ne se ono no court work koye no na de ohwehwe nyina ne se de honorable Ken Kafa ne ho no o mahus wan kan yi na yeah na yebu honorable Ken fo to aja intine no na abama no intine no de the victories in the judgment and not their word. Now let him know. And how many year clarification? Just say you can lawyers no. Because the let him know. What trust say the trial judge granted Kennedy Japan's motion for remediature. Remediature say Yama ultimately filing for remediature say a Canaba. Now he's a Canada, so do not file for a teacher. Now, Yakoni Iden, Yakoteso. It was almost filing for remit teachers and reduce the initial award to $500.
Tell it though. How can I miti pami? Charlie from 18 million to 5. Charlie, I knew the other and I said, Omohen anyone will say, I'll go on say 80 million. And I said, what do I know you?
A contradictory because the paragraph above say was a consequent to the finding by the jury. Also, how do you state jury?
Yeah.
An amount of $80 million was awarded in favor against Honorable Kennedy. Also, how see jury?
Jury, yeah.
Baba second paragraph now. I say following the award. Kennedy Japan filed a motion for remediature, asking the judge to reduce the amount awarded against him. This inherent in his motion. Kennedy Japan admitted to having maliciously defamed me. Here are the share of as well. Today, the trial judge granted Kennedy Japan motion for remediature and reduced the
yeah. But I said, you move back because almost see already. I won't break down in
we a press release from Tiger IPI 500 nefatano pay 80 million a day.
Asem na ye kesi. Oh, Anas. Charlie, onye normal year because especially Africa na de bia nim gu ase ni ba so obi nka say corruption yen can once but Charlie na ama ade no aye too rampant like and then bun say ko for rise kwa na panyan ye de age omo ye say we corrupt say ye nti na no asema na o na free mu na nanim agu ase na wahwe form sa you can't be doing that, you can't and not here say Ocean so ontimi nye sa de no till like don't come. Right. Okay, Dozy. You better was a planning to move your brain.
No problem.
Yami shop I that's that was that's a bit okay. Right. It was Dozy and I'm not saying come catch up. Dozy meaning me no and work black media here Tuesday be because YouTube I don't know or behind the scene. And one time but BBC no you tie den Emma na kwenya Emma no ebetre number 1 or 2. Emma na kwenya Emma ne betre number 1 or 2. Okay, ma minko US me say menya DJ Marcus so na bia wo ho no obetimi edi asoye so na yehu the way for it. Ansa na memre na aso edi but yentie me friend DJ Marcus afia say me so betimi aka no na yebusa ono so US normal no na court insensem no onim emu ensem obetimi akyere mu ebia why ebi so Anas betimi asa akwaje ne 18 ni nyina ebia ono so de nim die no ye ni Dozy na etwetwe nkomo na oh gusu bomu gusu emu eti me catch adofo ni bi say wa hwe a brotherhood said ya ne ye no be say nwume na ya deliberations no me sem wani di mpa emra so kwa me kope cashews DJ Marcus nine enko like you calling and you're ringing. I don't know why. You calling and you're ringing. Okay. Ebia ye need DJ Marcus be na nwumre. Make ebia why busy kaka. But ye need be na nwumre na ya pinsin no mam. Timi pa anti na nwumre die sa share me TikTok for your chamo. Sami Jemfini Agada omonya relief kakra because I take you over there. Your friend is media space. No, you better discuss here for the next 4 days. You know, and no an echo wiki there. Asasi and no anko mochuchi na echo. Anti Anas Arimiya Anas and no nabo Kenya be make headway. Ewo Ghana news mu. Ume make headlines no. Ewo Ghana news mu. Aha. Agada ho atono. Sami Jemfini ho anya atono. Honorable Ken any a year Anas ebe make it topic for the rest of the week. And I dear bakwa a year you say Honorable Ken wa me kasa maybe cry in some no he never me or call back to Ghana and say no say omuko thank you to no this should be he never made statement and comments about issue na ebe to dwa no wa say na kasa ho bebre wan hye na nye de ankasa ho bebre enti eno so ya de ye de ye hye ne so pa just ensem no de $80 million to $500 pa for ade na ano hye papa ano hye Anas minim sabi obi so say ebia ni bre na ma no akwakọ wie ba bia wakọ wi nka ska no ebia wa nsusu amfa nkwa utie de na Dozy ka de initial stages nkwa no here 30 million you are dang also your journalist this ka no nya na ade na 30 million okay mame mo eyini nsima esi anafi my advert kakra no ntie Anas
is more
hey there's a brofo ni de obua o
ne pa.
Okay.
Eti wo na no hu me wo ho. Eti na me ne ni chini pa. Me nya ma adwekura no betwe me de makwa akowuram.
Yeah. Facebook go mfa me sound na ba. Yeah.
Oh. Eti a friend say ayi me yi ti ache no. Ye krom ha no mo ye governor.
I don't so ya dey.
Ye mayor no wa ha say no. Say if one buy no. I say for na echichi wo mo no.
Yeah.
You know strategies about politics and yada. For who say krom ha no tuntum for foreigners to abako side bi.
Yeah.
If you know omu share that as o matake areas bi ne state bi omu no echi omu pa. So no from day one no fighting for it. Cause obi okro tankrata green card yes echi omu ani ati ni panafra. So no fighting no officer or rise the call ye mayor to as a way threat to the what is this year.
Yeah.
Republicans, you know. It's Friday as a Thursday, you're matching on back and forth in your manema. It's honorable Ken, I didn't have Crumihano. Now, maybe when they say, send me to one minute, which we made you ask a mama. So it's that it.
It's that.
Well, fully be all cranny a caprana and some Mukrana and Kamatiasi. So I say, and you know, what's nice in Nipa Bay 6, 7. Now, what's nice near Twatwa. Maybe I'm Miami who says to me, gigi, they are ya the Bidia by a CM for Uncle J. For when you say ya. Ya can't, no. Yes, I won't call. It depends the case because when you see a Nipa or theatre or the case now moving. If you can grant no more from the side in the bar, it doesn't mean so I see a good jail one out here the walk. Until some case in your case here, I call Penina Cassa and Penny 4 lawyers and judges to knock out what's an assay. No one would know one who said no, this one day. And was say it to me at the walk or two. So maybe I'm including so many answers I want you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ghana.
So nothing a year, you know, you may know.
Okay.
Yeah, and that by a kuni million.
Wow.
It's not like ways and means and yet African one a war cause who say position now was a war to me rise because you know. No, I try because the autism only is why I try. They try say Omubehi him near money I didn't know any muntino. Yes, I say no.
Oh.
Oh, I will know we're winning. Actually, yes, Ramo. Ghana for any be no be all of us social media. To me, I can't say not you. And now the sister you can say or to the fear let them name passo. And now on the lawyer casta, yeah. It's in a courtroom or court.
The ignorance.
I am wrong. Only I did take it. Me drive highway, I mean, you take it, but look, I mean, you take it because me be there fast. Me died it. It's been once a yellow no crown. I saw now me share interval, no matter me. Me hate it, I want to be the tower was a macho. I hate red light. Yes, I was me driving license. I was caught. I was me coach the BB registration light and your man kitchen. What you fear, no me for picking me back school. Near Frame, I was a me do courtroom.
Wow.
I me drive off. Because you can say no. Me near red, you be free you do more because me will say your presence of a courtroom.
Yeah.
It means me no mun kasada me drive. You so I'm a party and now what could you your friends say let's feel grandma me back. Because no more for say me no mun kasana me drive or your name is our courtroom. And so I no cast what in the fear and yana me fear me damn yana me fear and I'm no mun kasa in your courtroom no. She's wrong. Or such in days of Cromera. America and Rano almost in your papa brat. And do me the one cassa over foul was it. What Piebra, and I mean, queer or say, I had your way, I Mukomi, I am take it to me, I said, I was a master.
cry, let me ask you because we may want to drive also. Yes, I first one, Miss Kaya Road, and the doors of Sametazia. Yate, no one's name. You see, and she had a now, and she's so much. Can the Japon say, yeah, and mom says about $500.
I know you.
On the man just want to go to me at Yaman.
Oh, and go for viewers, followers, is on one picture.
And now I'm so because if you almost a PDM, my better so because I'm payment planning.
And then we are any installment. Installment.
Oh, you guys, you know to me, I said. Every month to be $100 for 5 months.
Yes.
Who makes sense? What do you
Yeah.
Unya. Ucha ubel CBA. Sena ubenya. Ube spirit to come. Because on the cano one, you say ubetria. Ube says the cano grandma anasia. And Shokwana mechanics. I don't know who said dollars.
Dollars.
Yes. Now give it to me at a planning system. We give it to me at them.
There be a. No, you may have to us and I'm copy. It does. Yeah, we shall. Bye. It's out of where the winner must be. I be a shamu na on cat mohopa. It whip him ha. And whip him ha. TikTok for Yamishamu. Said them kind of. Usanka open drive. Do fear me you any. Men you any. Onsa Ebeka also pen drive. Efua Owusua and she Canada and you want to say on tea. Also open drive and so better odie. I shall leave and declare. Nyami Samina na on come home. And you may yene DJ Marcus beto aso afri ho. Nyami Samu pa. Na onye mukesiye. TikTok for mo buy mo my gift nyina nyami Samu Adriana Owusu Auntie Mercy Nyami Samu. Any adofo amusumba ye. Medamu nyina amasipa ewo TikTok ho. Yes. Mo sumo de mo support eba. So we new one follow TikTok account Black Media GH. Black Media GH. Nyami Samu. Na onyo kesiye YouTube for so yedamase. Mama ya kwafua in God we trust. Doris Mensa was watching us live from Paris. Mimi secretary bakope nyami inshallah. And our programs manager so ewo America. Adofua mo ha nyina nyami inshallah. Steve Brefo echiawo. And Samuel Owusu and so ebe kan ho. Medamu nyina amase ye kɔ anwumre be abeto aso.